we shall move to the first question, and we will start reading the question. Ram moves with velocity of 10 meter per second in west direction. Syam moves a direction 23 degree east of north with velocity 12 meter per second. Ram is 100 meter away from Syam in direction 53 degree east of north of him. Which of the following diagram correctly represents their position? To solve this question, we require two concepts. First concept is assumption of direction in a plane. Why we need the assumption? Because all these four options are based on that assumptions. So first concept, we have the assumption of direction. The first requirement is assumption of direction, and we assume direction. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. And second requirement of this question is what is the meaning of 23 degree east of north, 53 degree east of north. Let's understand this statement, all these two statements. 23 degree east of north means 23 degree from north towards east. 23 degree from north towards east, and 53 degrees east of north means north, this is east. 53 degree from north towards east, this is 53 degree. Now we have data and all the concept, so we will match the data over the options. The first option is here Syam is moving toward west. This is direction is west, and in the question Ram moves in west direction. So statement of the question doesn't matches with the option, so this is incorrect. In option B, Syam is moving toward the west, so this is also incorrect. And here Ram is moving towards west. Here Ram is moving toward west, and Syam is 23 degree east of north. This is 23 degree of east of north with 12 meter per second. This is okay. And distance between Ram and Syam is 100 meter. Ram is 100 meter away from Syam. So this is 100 meter. This is correct. But Ram should be 53 degree east of north from Syam. So Ram should be like here. This should be 53 degree, and this should be 100 meter, and this should be here should be Ram, but Ram is here. So this option is also incorrect. And second one is D. So here Syam is over here, Ram is over here. Ram is moving toward west, and distance between them is 100 meter, and Ram is 53 degree. This is 53 degree east of north from Syam. This is of Syam. So this option is correct one. ऐसे क्वेश्चन बनाने के लिए पहले तो डाटा को माइंड में रखना चाहिए. व्हाट इज द डाटा, एंड प्रीपोजिशन क्लियर होना चाहिए. इंग्लिश का प्रीपोजिशन विच इज व्हाट इज 23 डिग्री ईस्ट ऑफ नॉर्थ, व्हाट इज 53 डिग्री ईस्ट ऑफ नॉर्थ ऑफ. So we should clear about the preposition of English. Now next move the next question, which is question number 2. Question number 2 is the time dependence of a physical quantity P is given by the equation P equals P naught e raised to the power minus alpha t square, where alpha is a constant and t is time. The dimension of constant alpha is ऑप्शन हमारे पास है ए, बी, सी एंड डी. इस क्वेश्चन में बताया गया है कि P एक क्वांटिटी है जो कि टाइम पे डिपेंड करता है बाय दिस इक्वेशन, एंड हियर E is Napier's constant. इसका वैल्यू होता है 2.71 एंड क्वांटिटी इन द सर्कुलर ब्रैकेट विच इज माइनस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर इज पावर ऑफ ई। तो हमको यहाँ पता लगाना है अल्फा के डायमेंशन के बारे में। तो हम लोग जानते हैं बाय द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला, डायमेंशनल एनालिसिस, that mathematical functions, mathematical function, power, argument and number are all dimensionless, are all dimensionless. So here alpha is in the power, so this quantity in the circular bracket which is minus alpha t square must be dimensionless by this application of dimensional analysis. So it should be dimensionless. अगर हम माइनस अल्फा टी स्क्वायर को अच्छे ढंग से लिखें तो ये होगा -1 इंटू अल्फा इंटू टी स्क्वायर मस्ट बी m raised to power 0, l raised to power 0, t raised to power 0, and over here this -1 is a number, -1 is a number, so this would be dimensionless, and we can write its dimension formula like this: into alpha into t square equals m raised to power 0, l raised to power 0, t raised to power 0, and we can cancel this out, this, and we have alpha t square equals to 1, so alpha should be minus t raised to power minus 2. So here option B is correct. So let's move to the third question. So let's come in the question number 3rd. Which of the following statements is true about a vector quantity? Means कौन सा स्टेटमेंट ट्रू है वेक्टर क्वांटिटी के लिए? तो इन ऑप्शन नंबर ए, a physical quantity having magnitude and direction is a vector only if it obeys law of vector addition. तो ऑप्शन ए इज एग्जैक्ट definition of vector quantity. It is an exact definition of vector quantity. So this is true. Then comes in option B, two vector quantities are equal if they have same direction and magnitude even if they represent two different physical quantities. Means we have two vector quantity whose direction and magnitude are same, but they represent two different physical quantity. Like one represent velocity, other represent acceleration, but their magnitude and direction are same. Can they be equal? No, they cannot be equal. So option B is incorrect. And option C, a scalar and a vector quantity can be added through vector law of addition. Can we add 5 plus vector A? Can we add? No, this is not possible. So option C is also wrong. Option D says similar to a scalar addition, the order of the terms in vector addition does not affect the result. Means, for example, we can add 5 plus 2 equals to 7, and if we change the order of the quantities like this, 2 plus 5, the result is same, which is 7. So can this be possible in vector addition? Let's check. A vector plus B vector equals to R vector. So if we change the order, that is B vector plus A vector, the result of this can be same. Yes, this is true. So option D is true. So in question number 3rd, we have two correct options, that is A and D, and B and C are wrong. And let's move to the 4th question. Start the question number 4. So question number 4, we have two vectors A vector and B vector have magnitudes 2 unit and 1 unit respectively. If the angle between A vector and B vector is 60 degree, then which of the following vectors may be equal to A vector upon 2 minus B vector? And these are direction of the vectors. These are the option of direction of vectors. So here we have A vector, this is A vector and this is B vector, and its magnitude is 2 unit and its magnitude is 1 unit, and angle between them is 60 degree. This is 60 degree. Okay. And we have to find the direction of resultant of these two vectors. A vector upon 2 minus B vector. As we know that when we divide a vector quantity by a scalar quantity, then its magnitude is decreased or increased by the same number of time. So here its magnitude of A vector gets decreased to 2 times. So its magnitude will be, new magnitude will be A vector upon 2 is 1 unit. And let's try to draw these new vectors, and its direction and direction of A vector upon 2 will remain same because 2 is positive quantity. So its diagram will be like this. This is half of the magnitude of A vector. So this is A vector, and minus B vector. Minus B means negative of B vector. Negative of B vector means direction of B vector gets reversed. It will be like this. This is B vector, whose magnitude is 1, and its magnitude is also 1. And angle between these new two vectors are 120 degree. 180 minus 60 degree. So 180 degree minus 60 degree. So it becomes 120 degree. And as we know that both the magnitudes are same. Here also 1 and here also 1. So its direction will be angle bisector of both of them. So direction of resultant of these two vectors will be this. So we will try to match this direction of vector by the option. So here we will in A vector. So A vector says in this direction, but our answer should be in this direction. So it is wrong. Here option B, yes, this is true. Direction of these two vectors and this direction of this vector matches. So this is true. Let's try to see C. C vector is perpendicularly below so it is also wrong. D vector is horizontal, so it's also wrong. So our answer is B. Let's move in the next question, which is question number 5. Moves in an open field such that after moving 10 meter in a straight line, he makes a sharp turn of 60 degree to his left. The total displacement of the man just after 7 such turns is. So here question says that a person walks in an open field and after walking each 10 meter, the person takes a sharp turn of 60 degree from its initial path towards its left, and he consecutively takes such 7 turns, and we have to find the displacement of that person in the open field. So let's try to draw the path of that person in an open field. So start. This is first he walks 10 meter and then he takes a sharp turn towards his left. Towards his left. This is 60 degree, and this line represent, and this line represent his initial path, and then he walks 10 meter. Then he walks 10 meter, and then again he takes a sharp turn of 60 degree. Then again he sharp turn of 60 degree. Then again he takes a sharp turn of 60 degree. Here dotted line represents its initial path where it takes turns. So this is okay, and again he takes a sharp turn of 60 degree towards his left, and then reaches his initial path, initial position, and then again he takes a reaches here, and again he takes a sharp turn of 60 degree. So this line the line represented by black marker has been repeated, the path is repeated by the person. So let's count how many turns he takes. This is a 1 turn, this is second turn, this is third turn, this is fourth turn, this is fifth turn, this is sixth turn, and this is seventh turn. So we have to find the displacement of that person. So initially he started from this position, and finally he reaches to this position, and this distance is 10 meter, and this distance 2 is 10 meter. So 10. Show what is the displacement of this line. This. So we know that displacement is from initial position to final position. So this will be the line. This is the displacement. This is the displacement of the man. So here we have 120 degree. 120 degree, and this is 10 meter, and this is 10 meter. 10 meter. Let's find out this line. Let's find out this line. in trigonometry, in trigo, we know the formula. We know the formula. This is cos. If we represent this angle A, represent this triangle by A, B and C, then we know that cos A equals B square plus C square minus A square upon 2 BC. And here A, B, C are the length of the sides of the triangle. So we know the sides B and C, but we don't know A, and we have to find A. So putting these values in this formula, cos A is 120 degree equals B square 10 square plus 10 square minus A square, and A square upon 2 BC. This will be 200, and cos 120 degrees. We can write cos 120 degree as cos 90 plus 30 degree, and this will be 100 and 200 minus A square upon 200. Okay, so this will be minus sine 30 degree equals to 200 minus A square upon 200, and this will be minus half 200 minus A square upon 200. So this will be 100 minus 100 equals to 200 minus A square. This will be minus 300. So this will be 300 minus A square. This cancel out, 1 cancel out, and A square will be 10 root 3. 10 root 3 is the answer. So displacement of the person is 10 root 3 meter.